and welcome back to Inside the Man Cave. My name's David Danger. Welcome back to my pop culture show. In this week's episode, we are looking at my final PlayStation 2 official magazine that I have. This one is from issue 42 from July 2005, and we have a big focus on Grand Theft Auto Liberty Cities. Now, in the last PlayStation 2 magazine we did, they had a look at the PSP. In this one, we get to have a look at the PS3. So that's also cool, with 104 new games, including God of War here. We've also got a look at Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith game, and Destroy All Humans. So that is a cool mix-up. So let's dive into this magazine. And we go over the page and we've got a movie poster for Fantastic Four, so that is very cool. Over here we've got a bit of the contents and everything like that, and another cool ad with a massive bone for the original Monster Hunter on the PS2, so that is cool. And we go over the page and we have the contents over here. So all the contents that's going to be featured in the game, with an Anakin Skywalker over there, with some cool imagery over here, and then an ad here for drugs, so kids don't do drugs. And we've got the editor's letter here, everything you need to know about this issue, and we've got another really cool game art for Cold Winter. And here's a little look at E3. Unfortunately it doesn't exist anymore, but yeah, it was a good thing back in the day. And then we've got some other cool little just write-ups and everything like that on the news of the PS2 world. And we have here the feedback section where you could write in and say what you liked or disliked about the PlayStation 2 magazine. And here we have the first of the pre-plays, and it is of King Kong, based off Peter Jackson's movie. And I actually do remember playing this game, so that is King Kong. And then over here we have Tomb Raider Legend. Now, I haven't played it. I've actually never even played any of the older Tomb Raider games. I am planning to play all of the old ones. I've played the newer ones that you can actually see on my channel, but I will definitely get around to playing sort of the older Tomb Raider games. But that is King Kong over here and Tomb Raider Legend. The next pre-play we have is Burnout Revenge, and also here Need for Speed Most Wanted. Here we have is Fantastic Four, the video game, which I think I do remember playing. And we also have 24, the game. Now, I know the TV series, but I never knew there was a video game based off that. We also have Jack X Combat Racing, which I've definitely played, and of course Ratchet & Clank with Ratchet Deadlock, that I've definitely played as well. Now, this is a very cool artwork for advertising for the original God of War with a PlayStation controller in blood. That is sick. We've got here James Bond from Russia with Love and Hitman over here. And then we also have Shadow of the Colossus, one of the best video games out there on the PlayStation. Here we have a look at Kingdom Hearts 2 over here. And then we've got Batman Begins and Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves. And then over here, we've got a very cool, sleek PS2 Silver Edition. So over here we have an F1 ad over here. And then there's a cool top secret insert for Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. Now this is actually still sealed because I bought this magazine online and I was tempted to open it, but you know what, I think I'm not going to open it. Sorry guys, but it's going to stay sealed for now, and that is Grand Theft Auto Liberty Series. And then we've got a little insert over here. So yeah, for serious players only. So yeah, that IT or something like that. And then we've got California Dreaming. And here we've got a big insert of the look at the exclusive PlayStation 3. And then I think an early design of the PlayStation 3 with a really weird controller. Thank God we didn't get that. And then there's a little look at the PlayStation history. So these are the first looks at the PlayStation 3. Wow, what a phenomenal console it was. And here we have an EB Games big game sale on for PS2 games, and we're about to enter the playtest area. And the first playtest area is of course the original God of War, and wow, what some cool imagery this does have. And it continues over the page. I really hope one day we get a full remastered versions of the original God of War trilogy. Would be so sick. And then they gave it a rating out of 9, so a pretty good rating, and a well-deserved one, I have to say. Next we have here is Destroy All Humans. I have also played this one. It's a very sort of like horror sort of comedy in a way, with aliens just killing humans, so it's quite funny. And it looks like they gave this one another good rating as well, as they gave it a rating of 8, so that's not too bad for the alien shooting humor game. And here we have Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Now this game is fantastic, and I have been wanting it to come back to the PlayStation Store. We are getting the anniversary of Star Wars Episode 3 next year in 2025, so cross fingers, this game will come back in a cool remastered version. And it was epic. Not only you got the main story, but you got to do battles as well. There was a whole insight of the game, and they gave it a rating out of 7, so I think that's not a bad rating still for Star Wars Episode 3. And here we have all the PSP news that you need to know and love, and then also look at some PSP games coming out. So yeah, again, I never had the PSP, but a really cool thing, even actually coming out on PSP too. And here are some more PSP games coming out at that time, with The Sims 2 and Wipeout Purge. And we've got the DVD reviews of the month, and we've got Blade Trinity over here with some more other ones to add to the list. And here we've got another game station looking at all the PS2 games that you could add to your list. So with this magazine, it came with a few playable demos. We had Brothers in Arms, we had Destroy All Humans, over here we had SingStar Pop, Super Monkey Deluxe, and then we also had Burnout 3, Killzone, Prince of Persia, and also featuring some other ones there as well. And finally, you get a preview of what's going to be the next month. That would have been in July 2005 with Need for Speed Most Wanted. And we have Destroy All Humans here. And then over the page, we've just got a soccer game over there. So that is it for our final PlayStation 2 magazine that I have. I may get more and showcase more, hopefully, because I definitely grew up on these PlayStation 2 magazines. I want PS2 to come back in some way because there are so many good classic games in the PS2. But thanks you for joining me and a little look at these epic games, and I will see you guys in our next episode.